So it recently came to attention that I've reached 350 subscribers on this channel last week. All these extra subscribers, I've been wanting to actually make a new brand of content lately. Been wanting to make a couple of stories about what I've been doing and how I actually got here. So today I'm going to tell you about what I actually did to even get to those car reviews and get to the channel where it is right now. Well, if you guys remember, I've been on YouTube for about 3 years. I started in early 2014. And I first started out playing video games. I got inspired by Banos Gaming. He was my favorite YouTuber at the time. Actually, one of the first YouTubers I actually started watching. Back then, he was doing gaming videos on GTA 5 funny moments. I love that. And I really wanted to do that really bad and be like those guys. I really enjoyed it. But I've been doing gaming for about 2 years and I finally stopped. And I had some really fun time with gaming. I did about GTA 5, Need for Speed mostly, Forza. The last thing I was doing was Forza Horizon 3. I used to do car reviews on those and drift videos too. Now, I actually enjoyed doing those. Those were actually really fun to do. One of the apps I tried to use was Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas, it's a really good editing software, especially with how much it costs. It costs a lot of money to get Sony Vegas, so you better be getting some good quality editing software if you get Sony Vegas. It was pretty good, but there was one thing with Sony Vegas. I could not use it. I could not use Sony Vegas for my life. Back then, I didn't really have any good internet at the time. Back then, I was actually using the school's Wi-Fi that I went to. It was a high school. I actually used those to upload my videos off of my phone. That was actually really fun. I miss those days sometimes. So I was doing gaming videos about until 2017. That's when I finally got my car and things just started to change. Like during 2017, 2016, I started making commentary videos too. Because commentary videos were also really popular at the time. Like Leafy, Pyrocynical. Leafy died off. I still love to watch Pyrocynical. The commentary community basically died off, and Pyrocynical and No Fuckers, they're really one of the only ones that are actually still there and actually still getting close to a million views. Well, at least Pyro is. Get at least a million views a video. And I tried doing that. I did like 3 videos, I think. And it was fun to make. I actually enjoyed it. And I also made a whole bunch of offensive rants. That's basically about, leftists and all that. Stuff that I really shouldn't be talking about on YouTube anymore. We're not going to go to there. But if you actually do want to watch those videos again, they're still on my channel. I'm not one of those channels that actually just deletes all of their old videos, not pertaining to the type of content they currently make right now. And I still get a good kick of actually watching those videos, especially AutoZone videos where I used to work at AutoZone. I hated that place so much. It was not a good place to work at. It was bad. But now I work at a Dodge dealership. I make decent money. I live by myself now, so I'm in a good situation right now. About a year ago, I started getting into cars. I've always been a big car enthusiast. Car enthusiast was one of my best things. I was always a car enthusiast. Like, cars were my life ever since I was a little kid. I remember when I first got my first Need for Speed game. I was about 4 or 5. It was on the GameCube, and it was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, and it's still one of my favorite Need for Speed games to this day. I was actually just playing Most Wanted in my living room before I started this video. So I've always been a good, really big car enthusiast. And when I finally got my CB7, I thought, man, now I can finally be like one of those guys. Even though at the time I didn't even have my license, I only had a permit. And I didn't even know how to drive yet. But I fixed my car. I started the project of actually restoring it and actually getting it back to where it was actually running well. When I first got the car, it was in bad shape. It had lots of oil, tire was flat, valve cover gaskets bad, spark plugs need changing, spark plug wires need changing. It was just a bad situation. I got a bunch of my mechanics from actually just working on that car. I actually learned a lot about cars just working on that CB7. If you guys are wondering, the CB7 is doing great, but I have had a couple of problems with it. Like about a week ago, it actually split a freaking hose that I couldn't get to, and it had coolant running everywhere. Like I had that problem for the entire summer, but it actually got so bad now that it'll just spit out all the antifreeze or water at the time that I put in there. But I fixed that hose like at the end of work. It was just a little 5/16 hose. Finally fixed that part. I had to take out the air table. It wasn't that bad. Also have bad oil leak. I mean a really bad oil leak. And I had to replace the valve cover gasket again. Now I fixed that like that weekend too. It was actually really easy. Now the engine runs fine. Now yesterday, about 2 days ago, I had a flat tire. A flat tire got really, really on my nerves, and I had to replace some tires. Now, when I actually get to replace one of the tires that actually needed replacing because it was worn out, this was on the right rear. The freaking stud is broken. The stud is broken, and the wheel lug would not come off. Me and a couple of my coworkers and friends, we all tried getting that thing off for about 3 hours. First, it was like 6 o'clock. It was like 5 o'clock when we first went to do the tires. It was supposed to be an easy tire change. I went to go untie that lug. It just would not come off. It was just spinning the entire stud. Stud got the stud was rusty, and the lug just got caught on it. It was just spinning it. We tried to break it off until like 6 o'clock. We just said screw it. We put the lugs back on there. I just drove home with one tire put on. The next day, yesterday was Saturday. Man, we actually just spent about 2 hours actually trying to get that thing off until one of my coworkers got the great idea to get a die grinder and actually cut it off that way. I actually forgot about die grinders, and those were really good ideas. So now I'm sitting on on three lugs, and I gotta replace the hub because it's been rounded out too where that stud is. So if I want to replace that stud, I gotta get a freaking hub for it. But other than that, the CB7 is doing fine. Hopefully, I might be able to get a Miata next week if I'm lucky. Hopefully, they don't sell it. Now, I've been getting into car reviews about 6 or 11 months ago. Actually, yeah, it's about 11 months ago because I didn't even have a license when I was doing car reviews. I was still with the permit and I had people with me. And it was actually fun. See, I actually started car reviews with the Miata. The Miata and the Acura RS6, it was just a walk around. Of course, I couldn't drive yet, and I definitely couldn't drive 6 speed or 5 speed at all. But I actually enjoyed those cars, and I've always wanted a Miata too, so I was really happy to do that. Now, the first real car review I actually did was the Cadillac DeVille. That video, till this day, is one of my most popular videos. I think it's number two. And number one is that Chevrolet Impala. I swear, I think it's like 8 or 7 thousand people has watched that Impala video. And it's amazing that people are still commenting on that video. And I made it a year ago, and it was just amazing. Now, how I actually got into getting those cars to review was I went to a couple of used car dealerships, the Mazda Miata and the Acura RSX Type S. I went to Harold Atkins' dealership that's near where I used to live at. I always went there just to look at the cars that they had, and they actually let me take a look at those cars. And I really appreciate you guys for doing it because I actually really enjoyed it. Same thing with Doug Reed. He actually did a lot more. He actually let me drive the cars. I actually helped him out a bit. They would get these cars they were fixing. They actually needed people to test drive them. So I actually drove them, and I actually helped them out with that. It was actually a really fun experience. I think my least favorite car I ever drove for them was the SN95 Mustang. Now, at the time, they needed a new engine for it. They really did. Now, I don't think they actually do sell cars anymore. I think they just work on them now. It's been a while. I haven't been there since I started working at Chrysler because I'm like 30 minutes away, of course. Today was the only off day I had. And I've been reviewing a lot of these cars and I've actually enjoyed it. Reviewing cars have always been my favorite thing to do on this channel. Whether it was on Forza Horizon 3, GTA 5, or in real life. Real life was my favorite thing, of course. And the most fun car I've actually driven in a car review, well, it wasn't really a car review, it was an overview, it was the Alfa Romeo Giulia. I actually got to drive that. I was lucky. I actually got to drive it. One of the service advisors at my job let me have me drive it to the shop, and I actually enjoyed it. It's a really nice car. It's like the base model that costs like $35,000, a little bit close to Tesla Model 3. It's not that expensive, but what you get for that car, what you get for the money is a really good looking car with nice materials, even no plastic. Nothing like the rest of the FCA Chrysler vehicles. Oh my God, Chrysler vehicles. The only ones that really have good interiors is the Grand Cherokee and the 300. The rest is just freaking plastic. I really had a good time doing this channel. And I think the last car I actually reviewed was the Jeep Renegade that they let me use to go to Georgia. And that was a really fun time. It was a really fun time. It's crazy to think though, I started from 0 subscribers in 2014. When I actually got to the dealership, I was at 280 subscribers. And then my channel started growing rapidly. Well, kind of rapidly. And now I'm at 363,000 subscribers. So I thought I wanted to make this series. I don't have a name for it yet, but it's going to be stories about how I'm actually here and the crazy things that happened in my dealership. And I want to be doing something crazy to the CD7 if the Mazda Miata does not happen. Hopefully they do not sell it. But I will be doing the stuff that I'm talking about to the CD7 anyway. But it's going to be a little secret for now until I actually do it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time video. And if you guys enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and please listen in the comments what I could do better about this series. Because this is the first time I actually just sat down in front of the camera and just talked. And it was actually kind of enjoyable to do. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are having a nice day. I'll talk to you guys next time.